Okay, so I made a video yesterday talking about engagement farming and why I'm tired of it. I'll link it below and at the end of this video, but in there I said that I would make a video about conversations in music that I'm tired of having. I came up with a few things and let's discuss. So the first thing that came to mind when I was coming up with this video is whenever people say that Aaliyah would have been bigger than Beyonce had she not passed away. Every 2 weeks on my timeline, y'all have this conversation. Let it go. Let it rest. Why do y'all keep saying this? And my thoughts on this topic, I don't think that that's true. I'm pretty sure that Beyonce was outselling Aaliyah when she was in Destiny's Child releasing Survivor, And that's absolutely no shade. If you know me, I love Aaliyah. Most people that I know love Aaliyah, what she's done for music. She's an icon, And we have some great albums. I love her self-titled album. I think that's the best album of that year. It's no shade to Aaliyah. But when y'all sit here and say that she would have been bigger than Beyonce, I don't think so. And before she passed away, I'm pretty sure she was booked for a bunch of movie deals through like the 2000s. Like she was booked and busy. So if anything, I think that she would have done that, and I think she would have taken more of the Ariana route. I honestly don't see her kind of following the same pipeline that Beyonce did, And that's how I see it. And I don't know why she keeps getting compared to Beyonce. I don't know who's the first person that brought it up, but this discourse has been insufferable. It's been happening for a long time, and most importantly, it's stupid. I don't know why anybody would think this because it's just not true. It's not true. So let's stop having the same tired conversation. Let's give Beyonce her 10s for what she's been able to do. Let's give Aaliyah her 10s for what she's done for music, and let's move on. Stop trying to discredit Beyonce, the work she's put into her career and all this stuff, because it's tired. So that's the first one that I just had to get off my mind. Next up is the entire thing with Megan Thee Stallion, and just a lot of black men, I will say particularly, hate her for no reason, besides the fact that they hate black women. I think it's getting weird. With all the Tory Lanez stuff, we have him on a phone call admitting that he shot Megan and stuff like that, and yeah, we have the evidence that he did it. Just say that you hate her and move on and all that stuff, because we know that he did it. And so I'm tired of all that stuff to try to discredit this woman. I think it's frankly disgusting, and if you support Tory Lanez, I do look down on you. I want you to know that he is rotting in prison as he should, and everyone actually, they support him, but when he releases new stuff, it doesn't do well because y'all don't really give a fuck. Y'all just want to hate on Megan. So I think that that's tired. And I also hate this entire thing of y'all say y'all want her to switch it up with what she talks about. Oh, it's just sex, it's just hot girlism, da 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 da. But then when she got personal on Cobra, y'all were like, okay, we don't want you to get personal, we want you to make the same thing. And so y'all keep complaining about that. Y'all keep saying that she has the same flow. So no matter what she does, it doesn't satisfy y'all. So I think that that's tired. And then another thing is, I'm tired of people talking about the hypersexuality and female hip-hop and all that stuff, and it's just about sex and da-da-da-da. Men be talking about that too, and y'all don't be on them as much, number one. And number two, there are women who talk about other topics and stuff like that, and they have different styles, but y'all don't give a fuck about them and listening to their music and actually supporting them. Y'all just want to complain and hate on women for no reason. So go listen to them, go support them, and, stop hating on these women. It's tired and stuff. Y'all are just misogynistic, and I'm over it. The next one is whenever I see people comparing Tate McRae to Britney Spears and saying that she's the Britney of this generation. Y'all see a white girl dance and all of a sudden she's the next Britney Spears, and I just find that to be disrespectful to Britney Spears because yes, she had stage presence, but she also had hits. She had the discography to back it up. I said this in one of my videos, but Tate McRae cannot sustain popularity. She has a song, it does well, she releases a few more songs no one give a fuck about, and then it's just rotation. It's the same thing that keeps happening. She cannot sustain. She doesn't have real tangible hits that people are going to be talking about 5-10 years from now and all that stuff. So let's stop calling her the next Britney Spears because she can dance a little bit. Where's the hits? Where's the star power? It doesn't exist exactly. So let's stop saying that. I'm tired of seeing it on my timeline. Next up is whenever people compare Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift. And, I see their fans arguing on Twitter all the time, and I just think that this is really stupid to do because they're two different kinds of artists. Yes, they both make pop music, but, Taylor didn't start off as pop. She went country, and then she went pop, and she has some alternative stuff. Ariana is more pop, R&B. So their music is kind of different. It sounds different. They go about it in a different way because Ariana can sing and Taylor Swift can't sing. And Taylor Swift fans, let's stop lying and everyone acting like Taylor Swift is a better singer than she is. She can hold a note, yes, but, she is not a vocalist, and I think that that's okay to say. Ariana, I think that what she writes works for her music. Is she as good of a songwriter as Taylor Swift? No. Do I think she has as good of a discography as Taylor Swift? No. They're two different kinds of artists. I think that their fan bases arguing with each other makes no sense. The only tie that I can think there is that Scooter Braun used to manage Ariana, and we know the whole situation of him having Taylor's masters and then selling them. Okay, but they're not contemporaries when Taylor Swift debuted in 2006 and Ariana Grande debuted in 2013. So why are we comparing them? Why do y'all fan bases argue every week? It's dumb as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm so tired of this argument. I don't know why y'all keep doing it to each other. And yeah, it makes no sense. Maybe because Ariana has no real contemporaries, so maybe that's why y'all argue with each other. I don't know, but I think that we should stop doing it. People say that Ariana Grande is a better vocalist than Mariah Carey. No, she isn't. I said this yesterday, but essentially, I got into Ariana first. I love Ariana. She's one of my favorite pop girls out right now. Is no disrespect to her, but Mariah is the blueprint for Ariana and a lot of vocalists. Ariana is Mariah's daughter vocally, and so we can accept that. I think there's a lot of things that Ariana does well, but if we're putting them head to head, and Mariah's prime, I'm talking about Daydream era, stuff like that, the Merry Christmas album. Ariana, she's just not on Mariah's level. It is what it is. What Mariah did with the song like Emotions, which is like the hardest vocal performance of all time, and yes, I know that Ariana covered it, but Mariah is just better in terms of her tones. She has a better range. She has better musicality. Like, all around, I think that she is just a better singer, and I feel like most people would agree. And I think a lot of people saying that Ariana was the better singer are probably people around my age or younger. I'm 23 for reference. Like, they might not have gotten into Mariah's discography. I think once you listen to both of their discographies, or both of them perform live for that matter, then Mariah, it's just over. Like, she is way better than Ariana Grande as a vocalist. And like I said, this is no shade to Ariana, but we have to be honest with ourselves. I'm glad that they got a couple collaborations, because Osana was actually how I got into Mariah's music and decided to listen to her discography. Mariah is my favorite artist of all time. I'm just tired of the Mariah Carey disrespect. Mariah, in my opinion, is the best vocalist of all time, period. So let's stop having this conversation because it doesn't make any sense to begin with. Next up is the whole Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston debate. Everyone always talks about these two and who was the better singer overall. And, we can have our opinions. That's fine. But I just don't like when it gets into disrespectful territory. I've seen it from the Mariah fans as well myself. I've seen it from the Whitney fans. There's times I tweeted just about Mariah and like a vocal performance of hers that I really love. And then here come the Whitney fans just disrespecting her for no reason. I didn't talk about Whitney. I love Whitney. I wouldn't disrespect what she's done for music and her vocals. She's one of the greatest singers of all time. But why are you under my tweet and saying all this horrible thing about Mariah? It's weird to me. It is weird to me. I just don't like when people discredit the other to uplift their fave. They were both incredible as singers. They're the top two singers of all time. And so we can have our preferences without being nasty. And like I said, I've seen it on both sides. I think it's just tired and stuff like that. Like, why are they still getting compared in 2024? Y'all have been debating about this for like 30 years. Y'all not tired of it? Y'all not tired of it? And, they became friends. They did When You Believe for the Prince of Egypt, as we know. And I am just so sick of seeing it. I really am. And I feel like we have better and more productive conversations to be having. I don't get why you discredit either of them with the influence that they have, with the sheer vocal talent. I really don't. But, that's my thoughts there. And the last one that I could think of today is the entire thing of y'all trying to sit here and say that George Harrison was better as a musician, as a songwriter even, than Paul McCartney and John Lennon. Y'all have to let that go. Y'all have to let that go. He didn't even catch up with them in the Beatles until Abbey Road, really. That's when he really started writing stuff that he was kind of like on their level. That's when he kind of got there. Okay. And then when they went solo, Paul McCartney ate both of them up. I'm sorry. He had Band on the Run. He had Ram. He had Red Rose Speedway. He had some really good stuff. He did. He had hit after hit after hit. So he's easily eating them up. And y'all overrate All Things Must Pass. I've said this before and I have to say it again. I don't know who told George Harrison to release a triple album, but y'all were wrong for that. Y'all were wrong for that. Does he have some good solo songs? Yes. He has some good songs in the Beatles? Yes. But he's not touching Paul McCartney as a musician. I'm sorry. If you want to say he was better than John Lennon after the Beatles, I'll let that slide. Because John Lennon had a couple good songs, but he wrote way too much stuff about Yoko, and he did not give as much after he left the Beatles. Most of his good stuff was in the Beatles. If you listen to discography, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But he wasn't seeing Paul McCartney after the Beatles, and he definitely wasn't seeing both of them in the Beatles until Abbey Road. Y'all overrate George Harrison and stop talking about it like it's a hot take when y'all say this every single week. Now it's become to the point where he's overrated. Paul McCartney was the best musician, best songwriter in the Beatles. Not even close. I am sorry. You want to debate Paul and John the Beatles? I can kind of see it, but I still think that Paul edges him out. But comparing him to George, let's be so for real. Let's be so for real, guys. They all had good songs, but at the end of the day, it was a different level. It was a different level, and I'm over this conversation. Also, while I'm at it, I'm tired of you guys acting like George Harrison was a good person and putting him on this pedestal that he did not deserve. Look at what Patty said about him. Look at what Olivia said about him. He was not a good person, guys, and let's stop trying to pretend that he was. But that's going to be it for today's video. This was a lot of fun to do, actually, you know, so let me know what you guys think of my takes down below, and what are some music conversations that you are tired of having. And if I can think of more, I might do a part 2 to this. It kind of gave me shades of my unpopular opinion series on my main YouTube channel, Anastasia 25, which are really fun to do, but it takes me forever to put those together and everything. And so yeah, let's kind of continue that conversation down below. And so that'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like below. It helps me out a lot on YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can also share this video if you feel inclined to do so. That would help me a lot, actually. And so if you hit the subscribe button, then you will see more videos like this. Every single day I'm talking about the music industry, I'm talking about current topics and stuff like that, and we have those conversations. I also talk about the NFL, the WNBA, Dance Moms is one of my favorite shows. I do tier lists sometimes I talk about astrology. I just talk about whatever I want. Every single day I'm posting new videos. I've not missed a day posting this year, and I'm very proud of that and intend to keep that up. So you can subscribe to, you know, see more from me. And so if you hit the bell, you get a notification on your phone every single time I post and not miss when brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description will be my main YouTube channel. My latest video on there was me reviewing Rihanna's Anti album, so you can check that out. Also gonna have social media, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, Airbuds. If you'd like to follow me, free pile sign. This is something that we must educate ourselves on. Also make sure that you register to vote. It's extremely important. I'll be voting for Kamala Harris in this November. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.